Good evening and welcome to Telford Ice Rink for tonight's ice hockey action against the Basingstoke Bison. Quite an interesting journey for Joe Miller to make it here to Telford to ice for his first home game of the season. We're yet to beat Basingstoke. Can Joe make a difference? Let's find out. It's been quite a long time since you initially signed and agreed to come to Telford. How was that playing, knowing that you weren't going to be with that team for much longer?
I think it was strange, but I just tried to take it one game at a time, and it's just a game at the end of the day. So I just, I finished with them. Hopefully they thought I gave everything I could, and now I'll do the same for the Tigers. What's it like to be back in Telford? Because it's been quite a while since you were here last. It's exciting. I think it's changed a lot since I was last here. It was the old rink, and now we're going to be fighting for honours. It's going to be it's different expectations.
Good evening and welcome to Telford Ice Rink for Joe Miller's first game against his old team, the Basingstoke Bison, the first home game at the Telford Ice Rink. A good result in Slough last night, but the pressure's on as the Telford Tigers take on the Basingstoke Bison here at Telford Ice Rink. Let's see how things unfold. So, goes deep into the end zone. Basingstoke flip it over the top into neutral ice. Danny Rose picks it up in his defensive end. Timo backhands through. Basingstoke left, taking it back. The netminder freezes it down for a stoppage in play. Comes back down low. Connolly held on the boards by Scott. Miller picks it up. McKenzie's on his left side. Carries up to the halfway line, passes to McKenzie, drives in towards the net, goes around the back. Miller picks it up, puts it in front. Netminder knocks it on. Danny Rose picks up the puck and scores from the point. Great wrist shot from Danny Rose. Miller shot it from just behind the line, took a deflection from the netminder's stick. Miller. Cruiser. Plant. Throws it down low to Mika. Plant. Mika. Plant. First time from Cruiser. Goal! So that's 26. Danny Rose skates after the puck, takes it back to set up the play. Miller on the far right side. Davis carries it through. Passes to Miller. He goes under his stick. The icing's washed off. I think Basingstoke played the body rather than the puck, so there won't be an icing. Goes behind the back of the net. Shot comes across, backhand. There's another attempt at the shot now. Off the boards. Miller keeps it in. Wales pushing and shoving, clutching and hooking. Netminder makes the save off the backhanded shot from Joe Miller. Deep into the corner net. There's a battle behind the back of the net, goes in front. Miller docks it forward. Now Connolly's on the skate for Basingstoke. It's a 2-on-2. Van der Rott goes in front. Declan Ryan makes the save, but the Basingstoke player goes straight into the netminder, and that's not going to be tolerated as the Telford players go in and say, you don't skate into the netminder. Now, Greener picks it up. Basingstoke got a man in front. There's a battle. Mika and Timo battling for the puck, and they come out with it. Timo through to Mika. Carries it over the blue line, delays the play, tries to find Ricky Plant, does so. Plant winds up, drives to the back post to try and find Mika. Cross-check to the head, surely. Greener and Timo pushing and shoving, but that was a high hit. There's a penalty coming in, a cross-checking penalty against Greener, exactly as we said it. Great call. So eyes down looking, period 2, the puck drops and Telford are on the power play. So now, starting period 2 on the power play. Timo gets held up by Baird. Round the boards. Long on the backhand, kept it on the point. Walker, cross to Cruiser, makes a shot. Mika's in front, Walker skates onto the puck, shoots, and the netminder makes the save. I don't know whether that hurt the netminder, but he doesn't look too pleased with it, just stretching out a little bit. So, comes to Cruiser in neutral zone, so Telford now need to clear the end zone to avoid being offside. Cross ice pass to Plant, carries it over the blue line. Mika's on the delay. Plant turns against the boards. Gives it to Mika, they switch positions, gives it back to Plant. Has a look. First time shot from Cruiser into the top right-hand corner. A rocket from Cruiser on the blue line once again. Pass from Plant and Mika. Off the draw. Comes up to Greener. Long. Receives the pass. Lays it off to the left wing. Skates in front. Shot. Declan Ryan makes a save. Puck drifts into the corner. Plant banks it off the boards. Greener's going to be the first man to pick it up. Joe Miller, he's on the forecheck. Miller really putting Greener under pressure. Greener turns the other way. Skates up the boards. Lays it forward. Karpov. Drop to Long. Winds up with a big shot. Scoops it over the top of the bar. Mika. Down to Timo. Back up to the point. Cruiser. Shot. Comes off the boards. Drops down at the back of the net. Davis. Mika. Cruiser. Down low. Back up to Cruiser on the point. Feeds it through to Davis. Dan Davis. Cruiser. First time shot. Good save from the netminder. Greener now. Dumps it down on the penalty kill. Plant. Drives up that left wing. Throws it down low. Wales glides into him. Davis is on the forecheck, and that's the end of period 2. Telford Tigers 3, Basingstoke 0. Okay, period 3. Even strength this time as we start the period. Pavlu starts on the puck. Basingstoke got his opportunity, make a shot. The problem is when the ice is wet, the puck sticks to it, and also it makes the netminders' pads very heavy if they soak up some of the water. Timo, Mika in front, and the net's off. The net's off. Winning ticket 0286 for the shirt off your back. We'll have the 50-50 in the next stoppage of play. Held and laid down. Hand pass. Goes all the way back. Basingstoke's number 27 receives a 10-minute misconduct penalty. On the backhand, Salem tries to bat it down. Sullivan on the backhand. Throws in, Dan Scott goes after it. That was a big hit and a penalty. Basingstoke's number 44 receives a 2-minute minor penalty for boarding. Basingstoke returns in 4 skaters. Miller. Interception. Greener now on the skate. 1-on-1 on deck. Reach round. She shoots it to the backhand. Deck freezes it down. There was a bit of a calamity in front. Nobody was quite sure where the puck was. 53 seconds on the power play. 1:35 left. Greener onto the far side to Connolly. Connolly dumps it over the top. Long. Timo. Plant. Ricky's got an empty net. Waits, fires and shoots and scores on the empty net. Ricky got Plant putting goal 4 on the clock for the Telford Tigers. Taylor has a look up. He's got a Flaherty with him. He dumps it into the right-hand corner as the final 10 seconds of the game are clicking off the clock. Dan Scott back to Cruiser. And that wraps up the game. Basingstoke 0, Telford Tigers 4 at the Telford Ice Rink.
4-0 is a great result, no matter who you're playing. Pleased, I don't think we executed as we wanted to, particularly through the third period. A lot of credit to Basingstoke. They put us on the back foot through that third period, pushed us and turned a lot of pucks over and didn't make it easy. I thought we'd have a couple more chances through the third, but we didn't because of the way they worked. But you know what, when you win and you win at home and you win with a shutout, it's always a good night, particularly off the back of a 2-pointer last night as well.
And it was good to see that fighting spirit in Basingstoke. I mean, pulling the goalie just to try and get a goal out of the game.
I think everybody would at that point. Whether it's 2 or whether it's 3, you've got to try. I think Basingstoke's a good hockey club. They're coached well and they do a lot of the things very, very well and make it very difficult for you to play. Our power play was obviously the difference this evening, as was our PK. I thought special teams were good and made the difference for the game this evening.
And this weekend, you've finally got that team in place now that you were working on some 5-6 weeks ago.
Yeah, we've been a long time trying to get everybody in. We haven't really had a proper set of practices together, with everybody here. So we've got 4 sessions this week where we'll be able to tinker and see what happens next weekend. And I expect us to play with that commitment. It wasn't pretty in the third period, but we grounded out, and I think that's what we might have to do some nights, is grind out our wins.
So a great result for the Telford Tigers here at home tonight. Next week they head away to Basingstoke and at home to Slough, and they move into the 8th position off the bottom of the league.